Hey, it's Kia, and I have another video for you, and this time we are talking Kirk Eliott fragrances from the Kirk Eliott experience. So I'm super excited to talk about these two fragrances that I have. I was able to test them out. They are Kirk Elliott's first two fragrances, Unconditional and Intentional, from his Seasons line. I guess these fragrances are to embody the feel of each season. And so far we have springtime and what I'm guessing is more of a fall time scent. Kirk Eliott is an African-American Los Angeles native who is self-taught in the fragrance business, and so I'm super excited about that and was super curious to check out his offerings. And so the first one that he came out with was Intentional, and so this from the research I've done on Kirk Eliott experience.com, this fragrance was made with springtime in mind. So the fragrance, it starts out with bergamot and tomato, and then in the mid you have some rose to ground the bright notes of tomato and bergamot, and then in the base you do have oak moss and tea. So it's a nice, bright, fresh fragrance that does give you the feel of being out in the park. I tested it on my son, the closest male to me, and as we kept checking the scent on his wrist, he thought it smelled like grass. So there you go. From his olfactory vocabulary. But for me, I sprayed it in my hand. It definitely does have that grass feel. I was super excited to try this one because I heard Tiff Benson and another reviewer, Simply Put Scents, they did a review of a fragrance that had tomato leaf in it, and I was like, what would that smell like? Like, my mind kind of went off thinking, is it gonna smell like cold ketchup, which I hate, or how was that used to make a decent fragrance, right? So in this one, it helps. It's different for me in that it's not just citrus, it's not just some aquatic notes that smell fresh. It's this twist with this tomato. So you do get it, but it just helps to keep it fresh and green. And so he had springtime in the park in mind. He definitely captured this, and it's a freshie that I would like to smell on a guy and see how his body chemistry warms up to it. I could not test the longevity really, and I say that because when I tested it on my son, it was average wear time, but however, he doesn't really go out and go about his day and get in different climates, so it did last long enough throughout the day where I was able to check him like 3 times a day, 3 times during that trial period. So I would say it lasts an average amount of time, but definitely try it for yourself and put it to the test with outside elements. I definitely like that one. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is Unconditional, which is his second fragrance. And this one, like I said, I think it's for fall and then most likely into winter. This is a nice cozy fragrance. Again, if I have not said, both of these fragrances are unisex. I do feel like Intentional leans a little masculine for my taste, but definitely if you're not into sweet fragrances, check it out for sure and see how it mixes with your body chemistry. I don't feel like there's these harsh woodsy notes that are very masculine leaning, but it's just too masculine leaning for my taste. Now in Unconditional, because there's some notes that I personally enjoy, I can see myself wearing this one as a sweet lover. It's not sweet, however, there's some notes that I absolutely love. So in this fragrance, you have notes of cedar, tobacco, firewood, and tangerine. You also get some amber in there. So all those notes together, you get this warm, cozy, slightly smoky. It's not smoky in the sense that it bothers me smoky. If you've watched my videos, you know that I'm not into smoky fragrances, but that firewood and tobacco just give it that edge of warmth that makes this cozy, with amber rounding it out a bit. So I do think it's cozy, unisex, and a nice fragrance to have for the fall time going into winter. That's it for these two fragrances. They are available in 30 ml for $70, 10 ml travel size for $25. He does have nice discovery sets on his site so that you can try out all of his offerings. He did come out with another one that I'm super excited to try, Sensational, and that's the summer inspiration or the summer offering for the Seasons line. And then he does have a room spray. So there's something for everybody. Please check him out. His website is KirkElliottExperience.com, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.